Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Zamorinx20. Happy Wednesday! Today, coming at you with a hero deck profile. Guys, please, listen, leave your deck profile request in the comment section below right now, what you guys want to see. Because honestly, I feel like I want to have weeks where I upload a bunch of deck profiles for you guys. Like, I love doing deck profiles. I love doing combo videos for you guys, so let me know what decks you guys want to see. Today I got you guys a competitive hero deck profile that I've been working on. This video is gonna be a little bit longer than usual because at the end I'm gonna showcase you guys literally all the possible cool ways you guys can play this deck and some cool combos you guys can facilitate with this hero build. And I think this deck is overall super fun and awesome, and honestly I cannot wait for Burst of Destiny. Burst of Destiny is gonna be insane when Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer comes out. That card is insane. So yeah guys, smash thumbs up button for more deck profiles and leave a comment what deck profiles you guys want to see. Alright guys, don't waste any more of your time. Don't forget to... Alright, let's get started with the video. I love you guys. Let's go. Alright guys, start with the monster real quick. We're going to play the standard triple copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. Obviously the best search card in the entire deck. Searches any hero monster directly from your deck to your hand and also helps get rid of any problematic floodgates that your opponent tries to activate. So triple Stratos, absolutely insane. Next off, 2 copies of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Essentially the exact same thing as Stratos. Whenever she's sent to the graveyard, you get to search a hero monster directly from your deck to her hand, and if she's ever special summoned, you get to search a mass change directly from your deck to her hand, which is absolutely incredible. So double copy the Shadow Mist. Next off, for your one of heroes, you want to play the Solid Soldier, the Liquid Soldier, and the one Honest Neos. Nothing has really changed for the Elemental Hero aspect of the deck. Solid Soldier special to the hand. If you send it to the graveyard using a spell card ability like Polymerization while this card's on the field, you basically get a special Elemental Hero monster back from your graveyard. Liquid Soldier, when it's summoned, you basically get to monster reborn back a hero monster. This card is really awesome because it makes Fusion Destiny a 1-card Dark Law. And also when it's banished or sent to the graveyard as a fusion material, you basically get to draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So essentially a mini Graceful Charity for the deck, which is incredible. And Honest Neos helps boost your hero monsters by 2500 attack, so that way they can get access to easy OTKs. So Honest Neo, Liquid, and also Solid. Really solid lineup right here. Next off, for your Vision Hero stuff, you're gonna play triple copies of Vision Hero Ferris, one of the best starter cards in the entire deck, aside from Elemental Hero Stratos. Vision Hero Ferris with any Destiny Hero monster in your first opening hand is game. You literally, doesn't matter if you open up with Malicious or Dynatag or Celestial, this card with any Destiny Hero monster without having to use Malicious is already a 1.5 card OTK, which is absolutely ridiculous. So triple copies of Ferris, amazing. Next, 2 copies of Vision Hero Vion. When this card is summoned, you basically get to Foolish Burial a hero monster directly from your deck to the graveyard. Also at the same time, banish a hero monster, search Polymerization directly from your deck to your hand. And last but not least, I played the 1 copy of Vision Hero Increase. Only 1 copy of this card. I felt like it's not necessary to play 2 copies of this. This card is essentially a Garnet. You only ever need 1. There are multiple combos that you can actually go towards without having to rely on Ferris, and especially since you play Fusion Destiny, it makes it a little bit easier to actually even OTK without having to utilize Vision Hero Ferris or Vision Hero Increase if you ever happen to draw this card, right? So it's like the Jet Knight Garnet basically, but only 1 copy is all you need. You don't need any more copies of this card in my opinion. I always play this at 2, but throughout testing, ever since Dino got hit on the ban list, I've been playing Hero so much, and there is very minimal times where I would open up with Increase, and if I did, I could still pummel off with the cards I have in my hand because of cards like Fusion Destiny, which is absolutely incredible, right? So Increase is all you need, only 1 copy. Next off, for your Destiny Hero engine, we're all waiting for Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer out in Burst of Destiny, so I can't wait for that to come out. But 2 Destiny Hero Malicious, absolutely insane. I really wish this card's at 3. If this card's at 3, it makes Fusion Destiny so much better. But with the brand new Destiny Hero monster, you essentially have 3 Malicious because you're going to be able to shovel back Destiny Hero Malicious from your Banish Zone directly to the deck off that new Destiny Hero monster's ability, right? So Dome Malicious is nice. 1 Dynatag. Dynatag is really nice. Obviously, this card is ridiculous. It's able to change the attack of Dystopia, so that way you get the Trident ability to pop cards during another player's turn, which is really good. So 1 tag. And last but not least, the 1 copy of Destiny Hero Celestial. Card's really awesome. Whenever you bring out Dynatag, you get to basically target Celestial, deal 1600 damage to your opponent, which is really good. And it's also essentially a pseudopod of greed, which is amazing, right? So 1 copy of Celestial. And last but not least, for your hero monsters, you're gonna play 1 copy of Evil Hero, Adusted Gold. This deck is a 42 card deck. If you cut out a Dusted Gold, and also the Dark Calling. This deck is an exact 40 card deck, but I felt like with Fusion Destiny, if you're playing that card in the deck, I feel like a Dusted Gold becomes even more broken because Fusion Destiny is a 1-card OTK while going second, right? So you need to play Evil Hero Dusted Gold, in my opinion, if you're playing Fusion Destiny. This card right here, I understand it might be a little bit high for some people's budget, so you don't have to play him, but I feel like with Fusion Destiny, with the Dusted Gold, it's a 1-card OTK. This card is insane. Off to the spells, obviously, don't need to explain why this card is so good. Fusion Destiny is a god card in this deck, especially with Dystopia being one of pop cards is insane, and it's a 1-card OTK. It's a 1-card Dark Law. This card does everything in the deck, and it's one of the cards that's able to help you play through Nibiru, which is why Fusion Destiny is so good. When you activate Fusion Destiny, you can still play afterwards, which is absolutely ridiculous. So Fusion Destiny is insane, and once Destroy Phoenix Forcer comes out, this deck is going to be ridiculous. So triple copies of Fusion Destiny, triple copies of Mass Change, really self-explanatory, get access to Dark Law, Dark Law's game, 1 Miracle Fusion, 1 Polymerization, and 1 Dark Calling. These are your single fusion cards you're playing in the deck. Next off are your searchers, 1 Reinforce the Army. Collector's Rare is a little bit expensive right now, so I'm gonna wait till the card drops down a little bit in price to pick that up. But 1 Rhoda, Speed Duel, 1 A Hero Lives, okay. And last but not least, I'm playing 2 copies of E-Emergency Call. Throughout testing, I felt like this is like the perfect number, especially if you're trying to play 40. 2 E-Call and 1 Hero Lives and 1 Broda, they all do basically the same thing. So I'll have personal preference. If you guys want to play 3 E-Calls, you guys can, but I felt like sometimes with 3 E-Calls in an exact 40 card deck, it can clog, you know what I'm saying? So 2 E-Calls, 1 Hero Lives, and 1 Rhoda is all you need in my opinion. Next off, for cards going second, I'm playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy of Spring. One of the most generic hand traps in today's metagame. Really great, it can just end Drytron players' turns, depending on the cards that they have in their hand. Ash is just really overall just great generic hand trap. To be honest guys, I've been playtesting Ash and Mystic Mine. I felt like Mystic Mine is a little bit more of a blowout because most decks like Prank Kids and Drytrons, which is the top meta decks right now, don't play any else to Mystic Mine. So if you slap Mystic Mine on them, you basically just win the duel. And you can also OTK under Mystic Mine against big boards because you have cards like Trinity, and Trinity can easily OTK with Honest Deals, right? So that's what I'm conflicted on right now. Either play Ash or either play Mystic Mine, basically. So triple Ash. Next off, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet. Really insane card. There's a lot of Drytrons near my area, so cards like Ultimateness can be an issue. Forbidden Drop them, you basically just win. Same thing with Dragoon. Forbidden Drop them, you just win the game, wipe their entire board out. Last but not least, to clear back row and clear boards, triple copies of Lightning Storm to round off for your really powerful blowout cards while going second, right? So Lightning Storm is great. And last but not least, for your spells, 1 Call by the Grave, so that way that you ensure that your combos will always go through. Next off for your extra deck, for your fusions, of course, 1 Sunrise, Search Miracle Fusion, 1 The Shining, 1 Absolute Zero, and this pretty much rounds off for all of our Elemental Hero fusions. Next, double copies of Dark Law and 1 copy of Anki. Really great Masked Hero monsters, obviously. And the last Masked Hero is obviously the 1 Masked Hero Acid. It's a heavy storm for the deck, which is ridiculous. For your Vision Hero, 1 Vision Hero Trinity, and 1 Evil Hero Malicious Bane. Really good card, like I said. You guys can play Blast or Diane if you guys would like to replace them. This card is a little bit expensive. Like I said, guys, 42 card deck in the main right now. If you cut the Dark Calling and the Dusted Gold, you have an exactly 40 card deck. Next, 1 Dangerous and 1 Dystopia. Dangerous is really good. It combos off really well with the LTK with the Dusted Gold. And Dystopia is basically a Trident for the deck, which is really good. And last but not least, double extra hero Cross Crusader. Obviously, self-explanatory. Card search any hero monster, which is ridiculous. 1 Wonder Driver. And last but not least, the 1 extra hero Dread Decimator to run off for all the hero monsters you're playing in the extra deck. Let's go on with some of the cool combos you guys can do with this deck, so you guys get a little bit of understanding if you guys are new to heroes. Alright guys, welcome to the combo segment of this video. I'm going to showcase you guys some combos that you guys can do with this deck. Probably 4 important combos that you must know when it comes to playing heroes. So without further ado, let's begin. So first and foremost, I'm going to showcase you guys 2 important combos when it comes to Fusion Destiny. A going first combo and also a going second combo. So for the first combo, we're going to go first. We can activate Fusion Destiny. We're going to send Shadow Mist and Malicious to the graveyard right here. We're going to Fusion Summon into Destiny Hero Dangerous. Now, this is your graveyard right here. Do not use Shadow Mist's effect, okay? Because we're going to try to utilize Dark Law on our very first turn. So now what we're going to do is that you're going to banish Destiny Hero Malicious from your graveyard to special summon your second copy of Destiny Hero Malicious directly from the deck. And now using Dangerous and also your Destiny Hero Malicious, You're gonna link these two into Extra Hero Cross Crusader. Now you're gonna activate Cross Crusader's effect to special summon the Destiny Hero Malicious from your graveyard. You can activate Cross Crusader to tribute the Malicious to search your Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier directly from your deck to your hand. Now what's gonna happen next, since you haven't normal summon yet, you get to normal summon Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, activate this card's effect to special summon Elemental Hero Shadow Mist directly from your graveyard. Since you haven't activated Shadow Mist's effect, you get to activate Shadow Mist's ability to search a Mass Change directly from your deck to your hand. So going first with Fusion Destiny, you want to try to set up a first turn Dark Law as quickly as possible. And Dark Law is really important. You can just usually just set the Mass Change and leave the Liquid Soldier on the field. So that way that if they're playing a back row deck, during the end phase, you can just activate Mass Change, send a Liquid Soldier to the graveyard, make Acid to wipe out your opponent's entire back row if you know they're playing a back row based deck. Or obviously you can just send Shadow Mist to the graveyard during your opponent's turn. When you activate Mass Change, you can obviously make the Mass Cure Dark Law, which is really good. And of course, if Shadow Mist gets sent to the graveyard, you get to search and let your Straddles directly from your deck to your hand. So that way that you have a follow-up on the following turn, which is really good. Same scenario, what you can do is that you can even use Liquid Soldier and also Cross Crusader during your turn. When you have the Shadow Mist right here, you can actually just link these two to the graveyard to make Dread Decimator. It's all up to personal preference on what you want to go towards, and then you can activate Mass Change, send this to the graveyard, make Dark Law, so that way Dark Law can become bigger. And with each hero monster with different names in the graveyard, this card basically gains 100 attacks. So since you got 5, this card will be 29, and this card will also be 3,000, which is really good. And then off the Shadow Mist, you can either search Honest Neils if you want to protect the Dark Law, or if you want to follow up play, you can just search on what you Shadows directly from your deck to your hand. So there's so many options with just one Fusion Destiny. Getting access to like a great follow-up, getting access to Dark Law, getting even access to Acid is just absolutely incredible. So that's what you should be going towards while going first if you open up a Fusion Destiny. In my opinion, what can you do with a card going second? Let me showcase you guys a quick going second combo with Fusion Destiny. Fusion Destiny going second, you want to activate Fusion Destiny right here. What you're going to do is basically send the same thing. You're going to send Shadow Mist and also the Malicious. Send these two cards to the graveyard off Fusion Destiny. You are going to make your Destiny Hero dangerous. Now, you want to activate Shadow Mist's ability. Shadow Mist, when it's sent to the graveyard, you want to search Elemental Hero monster directly from your deck to your hand, and the E-Hero monster you're searching is going to be Elemental Hero Straddles. Now what you do next is that you're going to normal summon Elemental Hero Straddles, activate this card's ability. You're going to search your Adusted Gold directly from your deck to your hand, and this is why Adusted Gold is just really good for this scenario, because it produces an OTK. Now what you do is you're going to banish the Malicious that's in your graveyard, special summon a second copy of Malicious directly from the deck. Now using Malicious and also Straddles, link these two cards to the graveyard, special summon Cross Crusader. Now what you're going to do is that you're going to activate your Cross Crusader's effect, special summon, of course, Malicious from your grave, activate Cross Crusader, tribute the Malicious, to search your Honest Neils directly from your deck to your hand. Now what you do is that you get to activate a Adusted Gold, search the Dark Calling from your deck to your hand using this card's ability. Now what you get to do is that you get to activate your Dark Calling, you're going to banish your Adusted Gold, and also your Destiny Hero Malicious that's in the graveyard. You are going to special summon your Evil Hero Malicious Bane right here, which is really great. And now what you can do is that you can activate Bane's effect to wipe your opponent's entire board, which is really good. And you have Honest Neils that's in your hand. So you wipe your opponent's entire board. It's 3,000, 2,000, 16, and 25 right here, right? So 55, 2,000, 75. This is 9,100 damage, which is absolutely ridiculous already on board with just one card Fusion Destiny, which is why I recommend playing Adusted Gold, because one card right here is able to produce an OTK, especially cards like Forbidden Drop and cards like Lightning Storm in your deck. Clearing your opponent's board and OTK your opponent with just one card is insane, right? So what you're trying to do with this board is trying to establish Dark Law with absolute zero, so that way that you can board wipe your opponent at the same time getting access to Macrocosmos is absolutely insane while going first. So activate Ferris, send Malicious to the graveyard, special summon Ferris. Activate Ferris' ability, you are going to send Increase to your spawn trap card zone. Activate Increase, tribute the Ferris, special summon Increase. When Increase special summon, you get to activate its effect to special summon Vision Hero Vion directly from the deck. Once Vion is summoned, you get to activate Vion's effect to dump Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to the graveyard. Do not use this card's ability, by the way, because you're going to special summon it from the grave, so you get access to Mass Change, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to activate your Vion's ability. You're going to banish your Vision Hero Ferris that's in your graveyard to search Polymerization directly from your deck to your hand. Now you next are going to use Vion and Increase, make Cross Crusader. Now you're going to activate Cross Crusader's effect when summoned to special Malicious from your graveyard. Okay, you're gonna activate Crosshair's effect, Tribute the Malicious. Okay, you're gonna search Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier directly from your deck to your hand. Now what's gonna happen next, you're gonna summon Liquid Soldier, activate this card's ability. You are gonna special summon the Shadow Mist that's in your grave. Once Shadow Mist is special summon, you can activate Shadow Mist's effect to search a mass change directly from your deck to your hand. Now what you're gonna do is that you get to banish the Malicious that's in your graveyard. You're gonna special summon a second copy of Destiny Hero Malicious directly from the deck. The only problem with this combo is that you're gonna be unable to use Shadow Mist's searching ability for the following turn, but it's okay. You're still gonna be pretty much able to set up an established board, which is still pretty good. So now what you're gonna do is that using Liquid Soldier and also Cross Crusader, you're gonna link these two cards. You're gonna special summon your extra hero Wonder Driver, and that's right here. Now what's gonna happen is that you're gonna activate your mass change. Okay, you're gonna send your Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard. Your first Mask Hero Dark Law, which is really good. Make sure it's under Wonder Driver's zone. Once Dark Law is special summoned to a zone Wonder Driver points to, you get to activate Wonder Driver's effect to reset the mass change, which is really good. And on the board like this with Polymerization in hand, and then activate your mass change, send Shadow Mist to the graveyard, and make a second Dark Law on your opponent's turn, so you can just try to, you know, pressure your opponent with just 2 Dark Laws, and Shadow Mist can search Straddles or even Anonymous Neos directly from your deck to your hand. But I felt like having the option of Absolute Zero is a little bit better. What you can do at this point is that you can activate Polymerization. You're going to use Shadow Mist and also Wonder Driver, you know, to special summon your Sunrise. Okay, when Sunrise is summoned, you get to activate Sunrise effect. You get to search Miracle Fusion directly from your deck to your hand. Now you get to activate your Miracle Fusion. You get to banish your Liquid Soldier and also your Destiny Hero Malicious that's in your graveyard. Fusion summon into your Absolute Zero, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then this is your first turn going board. Mass Change is really great because if they overextend your board, you can activate Mass Change, send Absolute Zero to the graveyard, and then you get access to Acid. Once Acid comes out, you blow the back row, and also Absolute Zero will trigger its effect as well to blow up your opponent's entire board. And once you blow up your opponent's entire board, Dark Law will banish everything, which is really insane. Sunrise as well, which is really good because if they try to attack the Dark Law or any of your monsters, Sunrise will get its ability to basically pop a card on the field, which is really crazy. And I believe this board right here with Sunrise, since you have exactly 3 attributes on the field, these cards will gain 600 attack each. So this will be a 3,000, 31. This will also be a 31, which is really good. So this board is absolutely insane. Alright guys, let's go on to the Going Second combo. This is an OTK, which is really good. And you can play around the Biru, which is absolutely amazing. So Malicious, Ferris effect, increase effect, tribute Ferris, special summon increase, activate increases effect, special summon Vion, activate Vion's effect, dump your Shadow Mist to the graveyard. Shadow Mist gets its ability to search a Stratos directly from your deck to your hand. Now you activate Vion's effect to banish the Shadow Mist that's in your graveyard. Okay, you are going to search your Polymerization directly from your deck to your hand. Now what you're going to do is that using Increase and also Vion, link these two to the graveyard. You're going to special summon extra hero Cross Crusader right here. Once Cross Crusader comes out, you get to activate Cross Crusader's effect to special summon your Destiny Hero Malicious from your graveyard. Activate Cross Crusader, tribute the Malicious, the Liquid Soldier directly from your deck to your hand. Next, what you're going to do, since you haven't normal summon yet, you're going to normal summon Liquid Soldier, activate this card's effect to special summon Elemental Hero Stratos from your hand. This card, Solid Soldier, my apologies. Activate Stratos' effect. You are going to search your Liquid Soldier directly from your deck to your hand. Now what's going to happen next is really important. You're going to use Stratos and also Crusader. Link these two cards to the graveyard. You're going to make extra hero Wonder Driver right here. Now what you do next is that you're going to activate your Polymerization. Okay, cool. You get to fuse Liquid Soldier and also Solid Soldier to the graveyard. Okay, to summon your Elemental Hero Sunrise, which is really good. Make sure it's not in the zone. Okay, now you're going to activate your Chain Links. Liquid Soldier always has to be Chain Link 1 when it targets Stratos, so that way Stratos gets the ability, because this card's a 1 effect. If it's on Chain Link 2 or any higher, Stratos will miss timing. So make sure Liquid Soldier is Chain Link 1. So Chain Link 1, Liquid Soldier targets Stratos, Chain Link 2, Sunrise, and you can even Chain Link 3, Liquid Soldier, but I feel like you don't even have to during this point right here, right? So Chain Link 2, Sunrise. If you want to Chain Block, you can obviously Liquid Soldier now, but for this scenario, I'm just going to use Sunrise as Chain Link 2. Sunrise will search your Miracle Fusion. Chain Link 1 resolves, targets the Stratos, special summon Stratos from your graveyard. Once Stratos is summoned, you get its ability to search again, which is absolutely ridiculous. So Stratos will get to search again, and the monster that you're searching is the Evil Hero Adusted Goat. Okay, and you're just gonna keep this card in your hand. just for this moment, okay, guys? This card is going to be, the finisher, and this is how you're going to play around Nibiru at this point. And the thing about Nibiru is that heroes don't put up any negates, right? So your opponent will wait to Nibiru you at the very end because you're not going to negate anything. Like, heroes just put a bunch of crazy attack monsters on the field, and then once Nibiru drops, you literally just win the game, right? On your opponent's end. But I'm going to showcase you guys how to play around Nibiru and actually potentially just kill your opponent through Nibiru with just these 2 cards, right? So, yeah. So Stratos will search with Dusted Gold, which is really good. Now what you do next is very simple. You're going to activate your Miracle Fusion. You're going to banish your Liquid Soldier and also your Solid Soldier. Really important to banish elemental heroes. Of course, your Absolute Zero right here. Make sure it's in this zone right here. Once Absolute Zero comes out under Wonder Driver zone, Wonder Driver gets effect to reset the Miracle Fusion, which is really good. And now what you can do is very, very basic, because you can just use these 2 cards right here. Send these 2 cards to the graveyard. Link summon into Dread Decimator right here. And this should already be like enough damage for a game, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monsters in the graveyard with different names. So this will gain 700 attack. This will be at 32 right now. Oh, this will also be at 32. This would also be at 32 as well. Plus 600. So all of these monsters will be at 38 right here. Like, if you have OTK at this point, with this exact same field, you can just attempt to enter battle phase and then just attack for lethal. And the reason why you declare enter battle phase is because if your opponent doesn't have Nibiru, during this point right here, you can still do something. You can still enter battle phase and just deal damage, right? And if you have lethal, you have lethal. If you don't, and if you want to secure lethal, at this point is probably just use another Miracle Fusion, okay? And you can just banish, of course, the Wonder Driver and also a Stratos right here to make the Shining, okay, which is really good. And this can also guarantee lethal. And that's only if these cards right here isn't lethal enough. So you're just going to go into the second mirror, go into the Shining. Usually, if you enter battle phase with these things right here and your opponent is scared that you're going to do lethal damage, regardless, like even through Nibiru, if they Nibiru you right here. Because if they Nibiru you, right, they just Nibiru this, you get a token that's on your field, and Absolute Zero will blow up the Nibiru. You still have Miracle Fusion to bring out the Shining, and you also got a Dusted Gold to send to the graveyard, search Dark Calling, banish a Dusted and also Fairs, make Bane, and you still have a damage here, which is still really good. So you can still play through Nibiru if you held on to the Miracle Fusion and also the Dusted Gold. And also at the same time, even if you have Mass Change, look, you haven't even used Destiny Hero Malicious yet. So you can even just like banish Malicious, summon the second Malicious from the deck, and then you can even just activate Mass Change, send this to the graveyard if you have Mass Change, to just even make another Dark Law and just attack for lethal, right? Which is insane. So holding on to that Miracle and also the Dark Calling is very important, just in case if your opponent were to have Nibiru. Not a lot of people are main decking Nibiru right now, so you're going to have to worry about that while going to Game 2 and Game 3. But usually Game 1 they won't have Nibiru, so you can just easily just freely push for lethal. But that's some of the crazy things you can do, and especially the fact that you still have a Malicious, a Dark Calling, and a Miracle Fusion potentially after Nibiru is absolutely insane. Regardless, if you don't get Nibiru and you just want to go crazy lethal, your end board will just look like this. It'll literally look like this, which is like one of the nastiest boards ever, right? Like your board would just look something like this, like here. Like this is your end board right here throughout everything if you're gonna push for crazy damage. That's pretty much for the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the thumbs up button. And it's your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.